Well, welcome back, everybody, to the SC1 Factory team call that we do every single Tuesday night, same time, same bat channel. The Zoom information is there on the screen. So make sure that you save this into your calendar every single week. We come to you with a different topic, but everything is always around helping you build your dreams. And what we know to be true is that every single one of our goals when it comes to our compensation plan is divisive by 2000, which is an SC1. So building an SC1 factory is our goal. We record these calls so you can always find it on our YouTube channel, which is Team Freedom Reigns, or you can use the QR code that's on the screen right now to go in, subscribe, ring the bell so that you get notifications every time we upload new content. Now, I wanted to make sure that all of you knew that there is still one location left on the activation tour schedule. This has been fire, guys. If you have been in one of these locations, you know that the heat is coming and people are excited about what we are offering people with a healthy edge. So the last one that's on the schedule for the month of November is the 22nd, this Saturday, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and it will be none other than yours truly and Dr. Don D. will be there on Friday. We'll be doing dinner with some of the people there Friday night, and then Saturday morning we've got an opportunity presentation, training, and then that night we will also be doing another event. So super excited to be out there. If you know anybody in Sioux Falls, use this QR code. Go to bigbluecalendar.com to find out the details and invite them to come and join us. We would love to share the information with them and refer them back to you to get started. So the last stop on the activation tour for 2025, at least in the month of November, is Sioux Falls, South Dakota, this coming weekend. All right, we're going to jump right into our training for tonight. Because guess what? Did you know we only have about 43 days now until New Year's Day? And everybody will be setting up their New Year's resolutions, or hopefully you set goals, because way too many people drop their resolutions by the 26th of January, only to put them back on the burner next year for New Year's resolutions, right? So we want to talk about a New Year's gut health campaign and training for you to be able to help your friends, your family, and those people that you haven't even met yet get set up to have the success that they really do want in their New Year's resolutions. So first of all, let's talk about why and the gut health stats in the United States. Why is gut health so important? Well, first of all, 60 to 70 million Americans, that's 20% of us, have one or more digestive diseases. 35 to 50 million Americans, 10 to 15% of us, suffer daily from irritable bowel syndrome or IBS. 137 million Americans are obese. Ultra-processed foods now supply 55% of Americans' calories. Guys, that's fast food. That's stuff coming from a can. That's those pre-made meals. That's all those things that say genetically modified, right? And then US doctors wrote 251 million prescriptions for outpatient antibiotics last year. 250 million prescriptions in 1 year time. So gut problems are everywhere and they matter for weight loss. I put a question up on my Facebook today asking which comes first, weight loss or gut health, right? Well, gut problems lead to weight gain. They also lead to the inability to lose weight. So 60 to 70 million Americans struggle with digestive issues. That's not a niche. That's not us just getting small into things, but that's like in every single neighborhood. You know someone that has a massive gut problem. 42% of Americans put losing weight on one of their New Year's resolutions. I know that probably for the last, I don't know, probably 3 decades, it's been my number one or number two right there alongside make more money, right? Or increase my financial structure, whatever it is that we write in our goals. But 42% of Americans put losing weight as their New Year's resolution. When we help people repair the gut, we help them live better and lose weight more sustainably. So if we can help people heal their guts, then maybe, just maybe, weight loss will be able to drop off that list of New Year's resolutions for them in the future. I mean, how cool would that be? All right. So why people aren't losing weight? Let's talk about diet, the foods that we're eating, the drugs that are being prescribed, and disrupted guts or symbiosis, right? So Americans get 55 or dysbiosis. Sorry, got that wrong. So Americans get 55% of their calories from ultra processed foods. That means there's preservatives in it. That means that there's ingredients that aren't real food inside of what people are eating for their calories. 765 outpatient antibiotic prescriptions written per 1,000 people. When food and meds keep damaging the gut, diet and exercise alone often fail. So when our guts are in such disarray, and I know Dondi likes to explain that when you're taking an antibiotic, anti means against, bio means life. You're taking something that is against life, and it is killing off the good bad bugs and the bad gut bugs that are inside of your gut. That's why a targeted gut priming stack like our Healthy Edge stack really matters. And it's more important now than ever before, guys. We haven't had this tool. We haven't had this tool. You know, I know that we can't go back and change, you know, having our mind body GLP-1 system come out before we acquired P84. Because if we had acquired P84 before our mind body system was launched, so many more people would have been in the wins column of losing the weight and getting the results that they desired from that amazing system, because it is an amazing system. But guess what? If you have a broken gut, your body will not release the weight. So just think about that. You know, if you were one of those people that didn't have the results that you wanted with the mind body system last year, let's focus on healing your gut this year, and then later reintroduce the mind body system. So the science says the gut helps control weight. Read that again. The science says the gut helps control weight. And so if you have a broken gut or a sick gut, you're probably going to have a weight or a number on the scale that you do not desire. And yet, if we can help you heal your gut, what do you think is going to happen? So reviews of the scientific literature show microbiome composition affects energy levels, appetite hormones like the GLP-1 hormone, and inflammation. And every single one of these are key to losing and keeping weight off. I am so tired of the diet yo-yo or the roller coaster that comes along with weight loss, right? We want to be able to have something that works and that we can maintain long term, right? So how many of you have been on diets before? Raise your hand or say me in the comments. And did it work for you? Or are you going to have weight loss on your New Year's resolution again? Right? So we want this to be the year that we put that missing puzzle piece into the puzzle so that we can have everything that we need working in conjunction to finally have the results that we desire. But guess what? In the statistics, you remember what it said about how many people put that as one of their New Year's resolutions? It was like 42% of people. So this isn't just about us. This is about all the people out there that are missing the same piece. They're missing the gut health aspect on their weight loss management or weight management journeys. So we're not selling hope. We're offering an actual science-based approach to prime the gut for real results. Hope is amazing. We need to have hope. And our products and the experiences and the stories, the results that people have gotten give people hope. But what we really need is to have this science-based results and approach to be able to get the end game, right? We want to look end game and we want to be able to be on the right path for it. And so we have exactly what we need. And this is why we want you guys to start focusing right now on helping people to understand this missing piece, right? What has been missing so that they didn't get the results that they wanted? Well, why gut health for New Year 2026? Because people are already primed for resolutions. That's a natural thing, right? It's like everybody does it. Everybody sets those resolutions. And so if we can start educating them and helping them understand that gut health equals weight loss, it equals energy, it equals a better mood, it equals your body working for you in a stronger metabolism. And guess what, guys? Our healthy edge stack is perfectly timed in our release of it to be able to be that missing piece to help people set themselves up for success moving forward and finally having the solution and the end game results, right? So the healthy edge stack. We know that this has our Protandim NRF2 synergizer. This is that breakthrough technology that activates the NRF2 pathway to increase the number of antioxidant enzymes that our body produces naturally. So instead of trying to eat all the antioxidants or trying to eat all of the or take all the pills that are antioxidants to try to balance out all of the damage that is happening by those free radicals inside of our cells, we can now take Protandim NRF2 to help our body make its own. And our own body's natural antioxidants are millions of times stronger and can actually bring in some balance to the damage that has been going on inside of our bodies. The more we can balance it, the better our bodies are going to be in any situation that we're faced with. And then P84 that comes along with all of the colors of the rainbow in the vegetables and the fruits. It's got your prebiotics, your probiotics, and postbiotics in there along with fiber and digestive enzymes to help you break down the food that you're eating so that your body can digest it and absorb the nutrients that you need. All of this is vitally important for a healthy gut. And so these two things work together in healing your cells and healing the gut, right? It's that perfect offense and defense. Protandim NRF2 is your defense against that cellular damage that leads to breakdown, leads to inflammation. It leads to all those itises that are out there. And then your P84 that helps heal the gut. It actually activates 14 different gut peptides inside of our bodies, helping to restore and renew and just all the way around repair our guts. So our target demographics, when we're thinking about putting together a campaign and becoming the person that is I'm the gut person. I talk about poop. Okay, pooping is life. It's really important and it's a really good indicator of somebody's gut health, right? So first of all, let's think about the people that really need what we have to offer them. The first demographic is burned out professionals. I mean, how many of you that are on here right now have felt burnt out, have felt low energy, have felt like you have those aches and pains and got so much stress? You're not sleeping, you're gaining weight no matter what you do, you're working out, you're trying to eat right. Well, the healthy edge stack is exactly what is needed and it's waiting to help them. So the first one is burned out professionals, men and women 40 to 60 years old. Who do you know in this demographic? If anybody just came to mind, please write them down. Okay? Write down the names of the people that are coming to mind. Now, the second target demographic is fitness returners, because guess what goes along with weight loss in the New Year's resolutions? Going back to the gym, walking, working out, and most of these people, me to be one of them, hasn't been consistently pursuing a physical workout in months, right? And so when we start something, we think in our minds that we can do it the way that we used to do it, and we generally end up overdoing it. So these fitness returners have slow metabolisms because they haven't been moving. They've had a sedentary lifestyle. They haven't necessarily been making the best food choices. They've got bloating going on because their guts are out of whack. They have inflammation because, hey, hello, oxidative stress, right? Not to mention the toxins that a broken gut emit into the body. And then the cravings. Did you know that the things that you're craving are the things that you're feeding yourself? It's what's in your blood is where your cravings come from. So if you have sugar cravings, go and look at the labels on the food that you're eating. I'll bet you there's sugar in almost every single one of them because it's one of the top things that's added into all of that preserved food, right? The canned things, anything that is a mix, all that kind of stuff has sugar in it. And so if you're eating those things, you're going to be craving sugar. Those are the things that are going to attract you in the evening time or when you're most vulnerable for those snacks, right? Well, here we are again with a healthy edge stack because it perfectly fits the comeback for those people that are getting back into the fitness world. And then the third one, we have got the target demographic of women that are 45 to 65. I fall in there. How many of you fall in there? Or you know someone that does. Again, anybody that is coming to mind right now, this is memory jogger time. Write them down and do not leave it to your memory because if you leave it to your memory, you're going to forget about that person and they will not have their prayers answered by you. Because I truly believe that anybody that comes to our minds, we are being given as an assignment to reach out to for one reason or another. It may just be because they need someone to reach out to let them know that you care, but it could also be that they've been on their knees praying for a solution to what's been going on with their wellness. So women 45 to 65, we're experiencing some really weird things. Our hormones are way out of whack, and this roller coaster creates havoc inside of our guts. It's like I did a post, a reel a little bit ago where I pulled out our garden hose as an example of the length of our guts from our in to our out. It's about 30 feet long. And when I asked ChatGPT how much of our guts is negatively affected when we are going through perimenopause or post-menopause, it said 25 feet of the 30 feet is being damaged by our hormones that are out of balance. So our guts are out of balance. We have got major mood shifts, swings from highs to lows. Who hears me, right? And then our belly fat, what I've learned is it's like it's transitioning. It transitions. It's almost like we lose our breasts and we lose our butt, and it all goes into that visceral fat right around our midsection. And we kind of jokingly call it our muffin top, right? Which it's not really a fond thing, something that we're fond of, but that's what we talk about, right? And then hot flashes. We are getting like, okay, so this is something I asked Andy all of the time. I'm like, hey, babe, is it hot in here or is it just me? Right? It's like, because I'm hot like all of the time, even when it's cold. And I have a hard time sleeping because of this. And so poor sleep. And then the aches and pains that come along with disrupted sleep and all of this hormone imbalance. And the brain fog, and I could go on and on and on because there is so much that this demographic of women are facing. Do you know that 51% of the population will experience this? And do you know that if we can help them heal their guts, their experience going through this time of life is going to be so much better, and they're going to come to you and say thank you. And so our stacks provide benefits for hormones and for gut, that balancing. So we've given you 3 different target demographics. You may have a different demographic, and that's okay. Okay, guys? So think about it, that it's like you might be focused on younger women, maybe new moms, or maybe it's men that are in that midlife that, they're trying to decide what they're going to do in the next season of life for themselves too. We all have those things that we're going through, men or women. So just be thinking about the people and the groups that you're focused on, right? where what their problems are and what type of solutions we have for them, because that is who we are, is we are solution providers. We don't go out and just solve everybody's problems, but we do offer them the opportunity to have a different choice in what they are going to experience. Like, I mean, we're focused here on the New Year's resolutions, right? Well, let's help people have a different outcome for their New Year's resolution to where they actually have success instead of disappointment. Again, putting this goal or this resolution on the shelf until 2027, right? We want to help people get set up now so that they can accomplish what their health goals are in 2026. And they'll come back and say thank you. So moving forward, where's my slides? So this is our November, December campaign. This is what we want to really be focusing on. Now, I am going to talk a lot about social media because, guys, that's where the people are, right? There are so many billions of people that frequent one social media platform or another. And yet, if you don't use social media, you can take these concepts and you can just turn it into something that you can do belly to belly, whether it's in a message that you send to someone or an email or a video that you send, right? So be in the know that there is not just one way of building this business. There is every way to build this business as long as you're leading from your heart and you're listening to people and you're hearing their concerns, their problems, and then you're coming to them with, hey, you know, if I knew something that could help you with that, would you want to know about it? So in this example for November, December, our goal is to become the gut person. We are going to be the person that they think of when they are feeling bloated or when they're having aches and pains and things that you've talked about in your posts or in your reels or in your stories. They're going to think of you as the person to reach out to. Now, this is going to be something that you're going to be able to warm your cold markets with education and curiosity, and pull in those people that are in your warm market to be, it's like, hey, I didn't know you knew that, right? Because they think that they know everything about us, but we're going to be able to help educate them on additional things. So think about having weekly themes. Like your first week could be all about awareness. One of the things that I like to do is did you know posts. It's like, did you know that your gut's 30 feet long? And that if you're in perimenopause or postmenopause, 25 feet of that is being damaged because of your hormones. It's like there's ways to help heal and repair your gut so that you feel better. I have 2 things that have been helping me. If you want to know, say change or DM me. Okay? So that's just an example of an awareness post. Did you know posts? Or you can just do education posts on, hey, I just learned this about my gut. And the reason why I haven't lost weight the way that I wanted to lose it. So this is kind of just awareness posts. And then moving into week 2, we're going to go further into education, educating them on the gut and what happens in the gut with antibiotics, or what happens with weight loss when your gut is sick, what happens when you're not absorbing the nutrients from your food. So education in week 2. And then week 3, we want to introduce the Healthy Edge stack. So the 2 things that have changed everything for me, it's like I take one pill and I drink a drink. If you want to know what they are, DM me or say drink down below. Always have a call to action on this. And then on week 4, be working on your conversion prep, having messages to go out to people when they interact with your posts. And an interaction can be anything from liking your reel, liking your story, loving, right, the post that you're making, or actually making a comment on it. You want to react and respond to every single one of those people. And if we aren't focused on it, it can get away from us. And those are all people that are showing interest in what you're sharing. So you don't want to be wasting your posts and their energy to comment or interact with you. You want to make sure that you're following up with all of them. So different content types that you can use on your social media. And like I said, you can do this in one-to-one, face-to-face as well. So in Reels, you can create short videos that have content about the education or the awareness that you want to bring. These are short videos that are generally less than a minute, preferably less than 30 seconds, and even more preferred if you can do it in 10 seconds or less, okay? And then polls, asking people. It's like, did you know, or which would you rather? Or even like what I put on my post that I mentioned earlier. And I see here that, let's see, Linda, you said that you saw my post and you said it was great for thought. When I asked, it's like, you know, what needs to come first? Weight loss or gut health? Or what needs to be focused on first? Weight loss or gut health? Right? And just to get people to start talking to you about it so that you can go back and start a conversation, because everything starts in conversations. And if you're not in conversations with people, you're not in business, right? And then just continue on asking for people's opinions. What do you think? What do you think about this? What do you know about that? What, you know, you can even put a help post. Help. I'm getting ready to put weight loss at the top of my New Year's resolutions list again. What have you done that has really helped you? Because I'm tired of having this as the one taking up one of the top spots, right? Ask people for their input. And then checklists. Guys, letting people know, it's like, these are the top 5 things that you need to know about this, or these are the top 5 things that I've learned that can help with my gut health, or these are the top 5 foods that I eat that helps to balance out my gut. You know, just different things to be able to help people with. And then my morning, this is what my morning looks like to be able to help me have a balanced brain and a balanced gut throughout the day. And of course, it includes taking P84, my gut balancer, right? Or my gut activator, whatever you want to say about it. And then testimonials. When you see somebody making a post or sharing something of the benefits that they are experiencing, screenshot it. You can use that, right? Be able to either repost it as a screenshot or copy it and paste it into your comments. Or when you have someone that's asking you a question, well, will it help with this? You have those testimonials that you can share with your prospects or with your team about the benefits that people are getting. And then gut tips, like I mentioned before, these are all different types of content that you can be using. And then countdown posts as well. You know, you can do a countdown to December 1st. Are you ready to get your gut in shape to be able to help you with your weight loss goals that I know are coming in January? Just make it fun. And if you're doing it belly to belly and wanting to send text messages, that sort of thing, just know that you can take those same reels that you might do for Facebook and you can use that video that you send out in a text message, right? To get somebody's response back from it. You can ask the same questions like you're using for a poll to someone in a phone call, or when you're sitting there with them face to face. It's like, hey, what do you think needs to be focused on first? Gut health or losing weight? Which one do you, what needs to come first to have the long-term success? And see what they know, see what they think. And you don't necessarily have to share Healthy Edge with them right then, because then it'll feel like a setup, right? But you can start asking these types of questions and then making mental note of it, and even putting notes in their contact on your phone of what they said, so you can come back to it at a later time to be able to say, it's like, hey, you know, I've been kind of stewing on what you said about what needed to happen first or what I needed to focus on. It's like, what do you do for your gut health? And if I've learned something that's going to really be the missing piece, would you want to know about it? Okay, so these are all things that you can do in person as well as on your social media. Now, the hooks that stop the scroll. Hooks are important because hooks are what get people to stay where you're at and really look at what you're sharing, okay? And it doesn't have to be long. As a matter of fact, it needs to be short. So some examples of hooks that you can use to get people to actually take a look at the things that you're sharing is, your motivation isn't broken, your gut is, right? Inflamed bodies cannot burn fat. It's like, wait, inflamed bodies, what do you mean by that? And then your gut controls your hormones more than your ovaries do. Excuse me, being postmenopausal, that right there would get my attention and get me to go and look at what your what your description of that post says. And then make sure that when you're doing And you know what? You can do this so many different ways. You can have a picture of you behind this, or you can have an abstract background with a bold text like it says here. If you're stressed, you will not lose weight. Read that again. Do you guys know why that is? Did you know that when you're stressed, your cortisol hormone goes through the roof? Cortisol is a pack rat. Cortisol loves fat. Think about cortisol being your suitcase that when you're rushing at the airport and you're worried about getting to your gate in time. And of course, it's going to be your suitcase that comes open. And what's in there is all of the fat that your cortisol has been storing up. It will not release unless you reduce your stress. Reduce that cortisol and you'll be able to start losing weight. Cortisol is a protector that we don't need the same way that we used to need when we had to, go hunting for our food. And then when our food hibernated during the wintertime, we didn't have as much, right? We don't need it the same way that we do now, or that we did then. Sorry about that. So just know that these are things that are going to get people's attention. Think about what you've wondered. Because if you've wondered it, more than likely, there's been other people that have wondered it. And I don't want you to just think about what somebody's told you. I want you to actually go back to your personal experiences, because if you have some emotional foundation in this, it's going to come across much more authentic than something that is not. And then again, I want you to know that you can see what other people are doing. Yes, Sue, fight or flight. Exactly. You can see what posts other people are doing and use those for your creativity. And then you can make it your own, right? So it's like if you go and look at Dawn Burrish's post from yesterday, talking about, I think she's like 45 or something like that. She's a young girl. And about how, what she did to create her business, because she didn't want to have to work under the certain lights that are in an office, that she didn't want to have to drive. She didn't want to have, the restrictions of having a job, that kind of stuff. And so she created it herself. And then go and look at my profile and what I posted today. You're going to see it's very similar. I did something very, very similar, but I put it so that it was going towards my demographic. My demographic is perimenopause and postmenopause women, right? And so you'll see that I speak to that demographic in my post, even though it's very similar to what she's saying. I'm speaking to my audience. So just make sure that you're speaking to your audience when you're doing these things. Now, after you do these posts, you want to make sure that you have some sort of a response, because you do want to be responding to anybody that interacts with your posts. Wait, what happened there? There should be, let's see, there it is. So you have your cold outreach, your warm market, and re-engagement scripts that you want to be able to have on hand. So just an example here is, hey, thanks for your interaction. How's your gut treating you? And this is somebody that maybe commented on a post that I did or liked a story. How is your gut treating you? And then, are you open to learning the 2 things I found that made the difference for me? Because I use that as my call to action on the majority of my posts, especially on TikTok. It's like, if you want to know the 2 things that changed everything for me, comment change or DM me, right? So that's the call to action that I use a lot. And so in my DM script, or direct message is what DM stands for, is, are you open to learning the 2 things I found that made the difference for me? And then you want to have the goal to set people's guts up for the weight loss that they want. So we want to get in conversation with people. We want to ask them, it's like, so is weight loss going to be, on your New Year's resolutions? Start a conversation, because in conversation, you can ask lots of questions and really learn a lot about what they want, so that you can really mold how you approach them with the information that you have and the solutions that we have to offer with our products, and with the opportunity. Don't forget about the opportunity through this season. And then you want to make sure that you DM every person that interacts in any way with your post or story. So they could be giving you the thumbs up, or they could be hearting your stuff, or they could actually take the time to comment. You want to make sure that you send them a message thanking them, right? Thanks for your interaction. How's your gut treating you? And then ask them, are you open to learning the 2 things that I found that made the difference for me? Now, make sure you say things that sound like you, though. You don't want it to sound scripted. So the November launch funnel, we want to flood it. So today is the 18th. So from now to the 30th, you want to be inviting. You may be, well, what does an invite look like? What I had right here on this, are you open to learning the 2 things I found that made the difference? An invite starts with asking if someone is open, right? So that's your invite. So between today and the 30th, you want to be inviting. It's like everybody that has come to mind so far while we've been talking tonight on this call. And then you're going to want to go in and create new lists. We're going to talk about that here in just a second. Then December 1st through 31st, you want to have your daily method of operation in place with your ITT flow, invite, tool, and team. Don't forget to bring the team into this, right? Because the team will be your close. The team is what's going to get you the results that you want. If you're not getting the results that you want, then you pretty much are being the message, right? You're not using that second T in ITT. Most of us are really good about the first, the I and the T, invite and using tools. But then when it comes to the team, which is actually what shows people, the importance of this and gets their questions answered the right way, all that kind of stuff. So if you change even just that one thing over this period, you're going to have results. So let's see. I love that, Linda. You thank almost everyone that viewed your post and then ask a question. That is so good because you're continuing that conversation. So, and then let's see. And then you want to continue inviting and you want to have accountability, whether it's accountability with yourself or pick an accountability partner, because this is a really important time in your business. Even though it's the holidays, it can really bring you the response and the results. Now, one thing that, if you guys don't know who Ed Mylett is, I love him. I listened to his podcasts, and I was listening to his podcast from this last Saturday, and he was talking about the barometer on your business or the results in your life. You're really looking at 60, 90, 120 days in the past for what you're experiencing right now. So what did you do 90 days ago? What did you do 120 days ago to be where you are right now, whether it's in your health or whether it's in your business results? Now, if you want something different than where you are right now, you know that right now you need to start doing something completely different to be able to read, the updates and to have the experience that you really want 90 days and 120 days from now. So right now you need to be making that decision. It starts with a decision that I'm going to do this campaign. I'm going to do all of the invites. I am going to have a daily method of operation that includes ITT every single day, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week to have 6 to 7 figures a year. Right? If that's what your goal is, 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, you can do this, guys. And then you want to make sure that you have a call to action on your messaging. Okay? You do not want to just put these posts out there without having a call to action, because then all you're doing is priming the pump for somebody else to come along that has a call to action. Because if you're not telling people what to do, they won't do anything. So tell them what you want them to do, right? So say change if you want to know what changed everything for me, or DM me to learn more. That's me telling them what to do. So tell people what to do, okay? I'm not saying treat them like children, but if you really want the benefits and the outcome, you need to be telling them what to do, okay? So heal the gut now. So that's why we want to get started now. We're not waiting for New Year's to get people started. We want to get people started now on the healthy edge because they're still going to want to lose that weight, right, in the new year. Well, guess what? Many of them will have the benefits of releasing some weight as we're healing their guts. And then as our guts get healed, then we can introduce them to additional products that we have, like the mind body system, that just might take them to the next level. Or maybe they'll just continue on, which, by the way, with Protandim NRF2, we know that 120 days is really what we want people to give as a trial. And if you really want to get technical, Dr. McCord said 1 month for every decade that you've been alive, right? So depending on how old you are, if you're in your 50s like me, that's at least 5 months that I need to test this product as my trial. And P84 is right there along with it. They say 120 days to be able to heal your gut, because think about all the damage that you've done to your gut over the years, whether it's been through stress, through diet, maybe alcohol, maybe Smoking, maybe drugs. Who knows what you've experienced? Prescription medication. How many times have you had an antibiotic? If you've had one in the last 5 years, your gut is broken. So we need to make sure that we are helping people understand that there is recovery for them, and it starts with healing their gut. Before they try to lose weight, we need to help them heal their guts. So this is going to be their predictable way to have that weight loss, is by healing their gut now so they can get the results that they want in 2026. Emmy, I love that you have an accountability partner with Carol. I absolutely love that. So your mission, you're going to be the gut authority. You're going to do that by educating, by bringing awareness, by introducing the healthy edge stack, and then asking people to get started, right? It's like, get your gut healthy now so that you can have the results that you want long term. So educate now so that you can have an enrollment explosion to follow. So who do you know that needs their gut primed now for 2026? I hope that I've got you started thinking. And when I told you, we had those 3 different demographics. If you think of anybody, write their names down. Well, that was a specific thing leading up to this. So hopefully you've thought of at least 3 names. Write them down. You want to start at least 3 conversations by the end of the day tomorrow. So Wednesday, November 19th, you want to have 3 conversations that have been started new by the end of the day tomorrow. And then help them learn, help them get educated, get their questions answered, any concerns that they have, and get them started now in healing their guts. We're not waiting for these New Year's resolutions in January. We want to help them get started now. And then you want to start making your new lists. Who are the friends and family that you know have broken guts? They live in America. They eat America processed foods. Anybody that lives in America has a broken gut, okay? So then go to your, obviously your friends and family, you want to help them first. And then your warm market. Anybody that when you walk into a room, they recognize you and they smile, that's your warm market, okay? Whether you know their name or not, maybe it's the teller at the bank. They know you because you go in there every single week, right? Or maybe it's somebody that helps you at the grocery store, the meat cutter, somebody that helped you change your tire, whatever it is. Your warm market, they recognize your face, they smile. And then the cold market are just those people that they kind of know who you are, but you don't really know them well, right? Or it's people that you're just getting to know, whether it's people on social media or it's people that you ran into in the school pickup line today. Basically, anybody that you come in contact with, remember, they are your demographic, because everybody in the United States has a broken gut. And 42% of them at least are going to have weight as one of their top New Year's resolutions coming up here in just a little while. So I hope that this is giving you some guidance. I hope that this is giving you some direction and how you should move forward in getting these conversations started. Guys, we can do these calls. We can provide you with all of this information, yet information not applied does nothing. Yet information that you put to work for you could change everything. How about you have that as your New Year's resolution, to have an increase in your financial status by January, by getting started now and helping people heal their gut so that they can have success in their goals as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Let me stop that, and I'm going to